Hi guys, in today's video we're going to be talking about the moon, so stick around. So for those of you that have been paying attention to AQ3D, we got an update this week that sent us to the moon. So let's take a look at the update real quick over on the AQ3D website. Okay, so it's called Space Madness, and the Xenoscythe have come back. I'm not going to spoil it too much for you. And you can get some really cool gear sets. Now, I'm not usually one that collects every piece of gear from every piece of update, but this is one update that I do actually want every single piece of gear from because they all look really cool. You have a bunch of craftables that you can craft, and I'll show you where soon. And then you also have some that you can buy along with the pet. And then you have two rare sets that come as drops. What I want to focus on is this bit of content here where it says thank you next, right? And in the end here, the last sentence, next week they will be releasing their first ever bank pets, which I'm really looking forward to. And I'll probably start this video off by talking about them. And they are going to expand on Nolgath Part 1. Let's talk about the bank pets, shall we? So if you click on your menu, you see you go to Battle on Bank, right? And hopefully what the bank pets, to my understanding, what they will do is that you're able to access your bank, all of these vaults from anyway, right? As long as you have the pet. Just like how a collection pet would work. Let's see if I have one. So I equipped the Spirit of Flitting, and now I can access that collection at any point in time. So that is how bank pets will work, except you'll be able to access your bank instead of just collections. Now let's head over to the moon. Adventures, go to Warlick. You go over here, and if it's your first time talking to him, they'll have some quests here. But you can just tap lunar surface and it brings you to this map. It's a really beautiful map, right? And it's a big map too. The only gripe I might have with this is that there's no target teleportation. So if you have a friend on this map, you cannot go to them. But I will say that it does make having a travel form that much more incentivized. Look at that. You can see Lowell. You can see the entirety of Lowell from this map, which is really cool. This is the moon that we were looking at previously on the Darkovia map. Yeah, and how cool is that we can go from there to here with the click of a button, right? And let's see. So this is this in the travel menu here. This whole continent is what we're seeing here. And the skybox in general is really nice, and they have an Easter egg here. I can't remember what they said that was. Clarion told us on stream last night. And Helimon and a couple other content creators spoke about it in their video. But I think it's the Devourer, if I remember correctly, but I don't know the lore behind that. So feel free to educate me in the comments if you so desire. Right, so you have two NPCs. You have Bud E, and he has the stuff you can buy for DC, and the pet, well, which is himself. And then you have all of the lunar crafts, which you can craft using the materials that drop from on this map. There's also this NPC here, which is the NPC you will be using most likely for your quests. That's where you get the craftable gear sets from. Where you get the drops from would be from all of these mobs. They have a chance to drop the lunar gear. You really want to focus on killing the queen and the outcast. So it takes a while to learn how to navigate this map. I have no sense of direction, so I get lost very easily. So other than these base mobs here, you probably want to farm the queen and the outcast. The queen has the 117 gear, and the outcast has the vector gear. I think the outcast spawns like every 5 minutes-ish. I could be wrong on the timer. And the queen respawns very quickly. People usually use the planets to navigate. I'm really bad with, I have a really bad sense of direction, so even with using the planets, I still find it difficult to navigate, but that is why I think enabling go-to on this map would be a good idea, because a lot of people, well, probably not a lot of people, but I'm sure some at least one other person out there struggles as much as I do with finding things on this map. So I mentioned I had two issues with this update, but before I get into that, let's just reiterate that the quest line was really well done. I appreciate the update in and of itself. It was really, really well done. The map is really, really well done. This is a beautiful map. Let's not take away from that. And it was definitely well thought out. The only two issues I've had, and I've mentioned one of them before, is the inability to teleport to your friends on this map. So like if I want to go to somebody who's in this exact instance and I click go to, I wouldn't be able to go to them. My second issue is with the RNG. Now, it is a bit of an insane RNG grind. There is inherently nothing wrong with that because I do know that there are people that appreciate RNG grinds. I unfortunately am not one of them. If you tell me to grind something maybe 1,000 times, 2,000 times, and I have a surety of being able to craft something at the end of it, sure, I would definitely do it. But to have two entire sets be entirely RNG based just doesn't do it for me. So let me know how you feel about that in the comments below. If you feel the same way, tell me how you feel about RNG grinds like this. Um, if you've been farming for the 117 gear and the vector gear, let me know how long it's taken you, how many pieces you've gotten, and do you want to see this type of RNG in future content, or do you want to see grinds where they have a set number of something to work towards, where you have a target of something that you are actively working towards so that your time isn't wasted? So to summarize before I wrap up, update good, RNG bad. Speaking of updates, my AC is fixed. I'm able to stream again. So don't forget to follow me over at twitch.tv/lagoflore. And if you enjoy this type of content, drop a sub here on this channel. So until next time, be safe, be happy, and meow.